What's up, guys? I'm Ryan.
Conrad.
And today we're going to tell you a little bit about how you can get your ski trip out of the group chat.
Yes, the almighty ski trip.
Almighty ski trip, baby. Who doesn't love to ski and snowboard?
Wintertime, January here in Baltimore, it's like 15 degrees outside.
Freezing. It's going to be a good trip. Let's get you out there, out of the group chat.
Yep.
Conrad, tell them a little bit about our background of our annual trip and maybe how they can kick their trip off.
Yeah, so in 2021, Ryan and I were seniors in college and we grabbed our other best friend, his name was Vinny at the time.
Yep.
We all had a girlfriend. We brought our 3 girlfriends, 6 people, plus Ryan's best friend from back home, so we had 7 people total. The 7 of us went to Seven Springs in PA, it's right 45 minutes south of Pittsburgh, and we rented an Airbnb for $1,000. We've been doing that trip every single year. We go 3 nights, Friday to Monday, and this is our 4th year. We go this weekend to do the trip, and we were thinking, hey, we've gotten our trip out of the group chat 4 years in a row. Let's teach people how to get your chat out of the group chat because ski trips are expensive. There are a lot of logistics going on. And if you don't have somebody driving the process properly, you're not going on a trip. So that's kind of our background. And we're excited to tell you guys about how to get your chat going to the ski trip.
So I guess the first step is decide where you guys are going to be going. So obviously we live in Baltimore, 3 hours north of us is Seven Springs. We thought that was a pretty feasible trip and stay. Now, whoever's watching this, you guys might not be living in Baltimore or Maryland, so you guys are kind of at the hands and at the will of where we want to go. Do we want to drive 5 hours? Do we want to drive 1.5 hours? Kind of figure out what mountains are closest to you guys and kind of talk internally with your group chat on where you guys want to go. Pretty simple as that.
Step 2, now that you've figured out where you're going, right, whether it be Colorado, Southern PA, Vermont, wherever that may be, the next and most important thing is where are you staying, right? We got 3 really big options in the ski world. You got Airbnbs, you got on mountain properties, and you have local hotels in the area. So for us, we choose Airbnb because we enjoy the house aspect. We enjoy cooking, having our own rooms, especially with girlfriends, you want to have some privacy. And then a lot of them have actual bunk bed options, so when we pile in the dudes, no homo, they can stay in the bunk beds. On mountain properties are beautiful. Ryan, you stayed in a couple of them over the years.
Yep, ski in, ski out, very comfortable, very quick and easy. If you want to go skiing right now after breakfast, boom, just put on your snowboard and hop out the back deck.
And then the hotels are, pretty standard. They have them in the area. You're looking at like a fucking 600 square foot box, 2 beds in it, and that's what you're rolling with. So look in the area, figure out how many people are coming, what are the dynamics, is it all guys, right? Because then you can make some different adjustments. You got couples, we had couples, right? So we need 3 different bedrooms and then a couch for our buddy Scotty. That's really up to you, right? What do you prioritize? What's in the budget? Where do you guys want to go? Because we've stayed at Airbnbs that are 5 minutes from the mountain. We've stayed at Airbnbs that are 30 minutes from the mountain. So Airbnbs, you're gonna travel a little more. Hotels are kind of in that area built around the mountain, and then on mountain properties are on the mountain. So, so those are really the big 3 options you have, and choose wisely.
And then I would add to that a little bit. Over the years, our properties have gotten a little bit bigger, which you guys obviously can grow with your group chat. Having some private property is good and fun, and you don't have to worry about the noise.
Now, step 3 of getting the group chat trip out onto the slopes is planning and preparation. You're gonna wanna make sure you guys are ready to roll and there's no hiccups getting to the trip and during the trip. So I would focus on 6 main things. That's food, bev, gear, transportation, your passes, and obviously the amount of people joining you on your trip. The first one, food. How we do it and how we suggest that you guys do it is one of you guys go to the grocery store, buy a bulk of food. Usually it's $300, $400 worth of food. Depending on how many people are in your group, you guys are gonna split that. We have about 13 people in our group this year, so it's really not that expensive at all if you do the math. Our girlfriends are usually the ones to do the prepping and the grocery store shopping. They'll make a couple different dishes, pre-made dishes that is, so when we get to the Airbnb, we can kind of stick them in the oven, stick them in the air fryer, and we're good to go. We got food ready to roll. So that's kind of the main thing, thinking about how many people are eating, how many people are chipping in for food, and kind of what you guys want to eat on your trip. The second thing that you would focus on is gear, right? Some of you guys have been snowboarding and skiing before, so you might have your own gear. If you aren't one of those people and this is kind of a new thing for you, you're gonna have to rent some gear, which is gonna end up being obviously more expensive. That's gonna make your trip a little bit more expensive. So my checklist always when I'm going on a snowboarding trip is my snow pants, my snow jacket, my undergarments, so leggings, long, thick socks, my boots, my actual snowboard, my hat, goggles, headwear, neckwear, and kind of all those things. So double check your gear. It's never a good time when you get to the Airbnb or your destination and you forgot one of your pieces of gear back at home, leaving you to buy a new piece of equipment at the mountain, so that's never fun. And then the third thing that I'll cover, and then Conrad will kind of give his 2 cents, is transportation. How we have done it in the past is that we either pile in one big SUV and kind of go up all together. This year we have 13 people, so we decided to rent 3 different vehicles. We got 2 trucks and 1 SUV, which will be plenty of room. We'll stick all of our gear and suitcases in the trucks. The Subaru will just have the Subaru SUV, wherever it may be, we'll just carry those 4 guys. There's gonna be 3 people in one vehicle, 4 people in the next 2 vehicles. That'll cover all 13. And then you gotta think about like conditions. Is it snowing? Is it not snowing? Is it icy? We got 2 trucks just because of all the equipment we have. And then it might have a nice little winter surge here, so we want to be prepared for all the snow and the ice. And then bang, Conrad will take care of the other 3.
The next 3 things we're going to talk about are beverage, passes, and heads. For beverages, you're going to want to do a hybrid of bringing stuff to the Airbnb, drink with your friends if you're over 21, under 21, Red Bull, waters, things of that nature. On property, we like to spend our breaks, like you shred for 2 or 3 hours, you need a break, go to a nice lodge, buy a beer. It's like $15, $20 a beverage, so you're not going to drink 5 beers, but enjoy it. They usually have beautiful windows to overlook the mountains where you are, go on the patio. Even in the cold, it's still kind of a cool experience. And then for passes, if you're unfamiliar, the majority of mountains, especially on the East Coast and even in Colorado, are epic pass holders. So if you can buy a pass, they have Northeast Pass, they have like the PA Mountain Pass, they have like all Colorado US passes. So we picked up our passes in October. They were about $45 a head. If you were to buy the same passes today, about $120 a pass. So having some force, like some vision into the future of like, all right, I'm gonna go skiing this year, unsure when, let me just pick up 2 or 3 passes. You can buy 3 passes for the price of 1 essentially. And the only problem is if you don't use them by the end of the year, you'll lose them. So, you know, if you need to go take a day trip somewhere else, make sure to get that done. So if you haven't already done that this season, you're gonna lose out on some savings, but I just want to let you guys know for next year, be buying the Epic Pass October, November latest. And finally is heads, right? You've done all this work. You figured out where are we going, where are we staying. We have the prep list, and after all that's put together, figure out who needs to be a part of it. Because some people are going to say they're a part of it, they're a part of it, they're a part of it. 2 weeks out from the trip, they bailed. Try to get people locked in, try to mitigate risk financially of booking Airbnbs and buying passes without commitment from everybody else. Which leads us into our 4th and final topic, the budget. Right? How are we gonna set the budget for the trip? For us, we ran some rough numbers. Our first year trip, there were 7 of us, $1,000 Airbnb, that's about $150 a person. Then we spent about $150 on passes. So that's $300 total budget right there between stay and passes. Then if you include, we ate a lot of meals at home that year because we were fucking broke. Another $100 in food and beverage each person. That's about a $400 trip. We didn't rent a car that year. We had to, someone's got to buy some gas. You can pitch in for some gas. So the minimum we really think for a ski trip between 5 to 7 people is going to be about $400. Now this year, the Airbnb is about $250 a person. The passes are still another $150. And then food and beverage is going to be another about $100 per person. So you're not looking at that $500, $600 range. Now it's more luxurious. It's a different style trip year 4 than year 1. So having an understanding of what the budget is, who's going to, like, how much can you feasibly spend, and finding people that are in a group and trip that can afford that. Or, you know, being a good friend and spotting a buddy, say, hey man, I got $100 for you, rider, yada yada, I want you to come. I'll put some money on the table for you, we'll figure it out later. But yeah, if you have where are you going, where are you staying, your prep list put together, and a budget put together, you are gonna get the trip out of the group chat. And I think the final thing, and Ryan says it best better than anybody, is just enjoy the trip, man.
Enjoy the trip. One of my favorite parts of the trip is getting in the car and driving to your destination because you're so excited and you can't wait to get there, versus at the end of the trip and you're headed back and you're sitting in that same seat in that car and you're like, damn, like that was a great trip, but now it's over and now I gotta start my week, I gotta go back to work, I gotta get back to my routine. So enjoy the trip, take the scenic route, do the extra things because you're gonna get sore, you're gonna get tired after a long day of shredding on the mountain. Don't go to bed early, at least in my opinion. If you want to, you can. That was horrible. I mean, you can do whatever the fuck you want. You can do whatever you want, but have fun and make memories and enjoy the people that you're with, because you're never with those people until the next trip you take, potentially. Get the ski trip out of the group chat.
This is your sign. Get
This
it out.
is your sign to book a trip with the boys, book a trip with the squad, finally go on that trip you've always been wanting to do.
Yeah, and if you really want to do it, take this video, share it to the chat, have everybody learn what to do. It'll happen.
Bang.
I promise. People care. They just don't know how to get it done. They get overwhelmed. Get
Just
it done,
do it.
boys. Just
do it. Tap in, baby.